Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. James. I know you're here today to discuss the problems you're having in your relationship. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. We're gonna get to the root of it, and hopefully we can solve the issues that you guys are having. My first question I'm gonna ask you guys: do you and your partner accept each other for who you are without trying to change each other? Okay. I see your point, Mrs. James. All I would say is that you don't want to try to compromise Mr. James and his personality and his likes, because I think that's why you guys are bumping heads. You actually are trying to change him. You knew who he was when you met him, and now you're trying to transform him to somebody that you're trying to be, but you have to accept him for who he is. Does that make sense? Okay. My next question: when you guys disagree, do you do it respectfully? Okay. So she always has to be right. See, that's the problem in a lot of relationships. Everybody's arguing to be right instead of trying to understand. Now, when I say that, Mrs. James, when you argue with Mr. James, do you feel like you're getting your point across? Or do you feel like you have to win the argument? You feel like you have to win the argument. That's the problem. You're not trying to solve the real problem. You're not trying to get to the root, the base of the problem. We're trying to play who's gonna win, who's right, who's wrong. In a marriage like you guys, there's no right or wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to get to the root of the problem. You understand? Okay. My final question: do you guys make important decisions together? Like, say you're gonna buy a house, you're gonna get a dog for the family. Do you guys make that decision together, or is it only on Mr. James? Okay. That's another issue. That's another argument that you guys are going to create, because once again, you're going back to who's right and wrong. There's no right or wrong answer for this. You guys are in a committed relationship. You're in it for the long haul. And when you make these type of decisions, we have to make these decisions together. You can't just come home with a dog and say, honey, I got a dog. It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? You can't just say, I'm going to buy this house without walking through it together. You get what I'm saying? So you have to start not trying to win an argument all the time, but work together as a team, and you're going to win as a team. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. James. We're going to continue this next week, okay? You have a good day.